Hindenburg report is a report on Adani, which basically says that Adani's stock prices of all Adani companies are overvalued. Adani has taken so much debt on its book that it will be unable to pay it, and it also alleged that Adani's accounting is a fraud. Now, what these troika of things did to Adani and Adani stocks was that the day that this report came out, Adani's stock price crashed and it touched the lower limit across exchanges, both NSE and BSE. Now, this gave an opportunity to people who are short sellers to basically make a buck. And in the case of Hindenburg said very openly that they had open positions in overseas derivative instruments which allowed them to short sell Adani's stock. Why is it called a heist? Now, this is very important to understand that it was a heist because Hindenburg basically orchestrated the collapse or the fall in Adani's stock. And the way it did it is by weaponizing information. And the weaponization of information was using a report which had all the bells and whistles of claiming to be a research report, but which the only objective of that report was to make money for Hindenburg. And that it was successfully in doing, because the moment the report came out, social media was afire. The wire agencies went berserk, assuming that whatever is said in the report is the truth, and they just repeated it ad nauseum. And what happened because of that repetition was that the market thought that there is really something terribly wrong about all the Adani companies, and the stock prices crashed by 17-20% in each of the Adani stock. Now, this is what the purpose was. So, weaponizing information and without actually taking money out from by capturing a company, they were able to make millions of dollars. So that's why you could call it a heist. They call the report the biggest con. But the irony is that Hindenburg itself is a con. Whenever a short seller uses information to short a stock, and especially a stock which is not a single stock but a group of stocks which has weightage both in the indices and is a trader's favorite, it brings the market down. It also leads to loss of confidence in the Indian stock market and Indian companies. And the way it is being done in today's time is that there is no interface of traditional media to evaluate, understand, or even analyze the report before it is put out. The report is first released on social media and on wire services. So now the wire services and social media is not the best place to analyze, because these are reactive platforms. So they are basically a reactive platform which thrive on negative news. So anything that is negative trends. A short seller report is negative about a stock and a market. So the impact of that is much more widespread. And not only do people make money, but people lose money. And more importantly, confidence in the economy is shaken. And who is interested in shaking the confidence in the economy? It could be a foreign power, it could be, of course, a short seller, but it could also be somebody who is very keen to destabilize the economic system, the market systems. So that's why there is more to it than meets the eye. Supreme Court said that the best regulatory body to address all the issues the Hindenburg report raises is the Security and Exchange Board of India. So Supreme Court basically did not see it as a legal issue. They gave the power to investigate to the regulatory body, which in this case is SEBI. Now this basically took out half the so-called con or conspiracy or in the Hindenburg report itself. Because Supreme Court passed the investigation issue to SEBI, the market realized that this is not there is more, somebody who has capacity and capability will investigate this issue. And SEBI did investigate that issue, and SEBI came back to the Supreme Court and said that they do not find any merit in what Hindenburg has said. So all the charges that Hindenburg has made in its report are not worth its weight in paper. The objective of Hindenburg was to crash Adani stocks, and they succeeded in that. So since it's been exactly a year now that the Hindenburg report came out, most of Adani's stock have recovered from the fall that was triggered after the Hindenburg report. They have not completely recovered, but they did suffer initially because one of their FPOs, which was 20,000 odd crore, could not go through. They had to seek funding from private equity. They had to change certain expansion plan. But now, the minority investor or the small investors who are invested in Adani stock not completely recovered their money, but their investments are leveling up. Adani's market cap, which was around 19.23 lakh crore, had fallen to almost 7 lakh crores in February 2023. Remember, the report came out in January 24, 2023, and by late February, the stock prices had fallen to 7 lakh crores for all the group companies. Now, if you look at the combined market value, it is around 14 lakh crores now. That means that approximately 74-75% of the market cap has been recovered by Adani companies. While Adani's stock has recovered over the last 1 year, it has been a bruising battle for Adani. Not just the fact that their market cap crashed, but regulators started looking in. The general sentiment among investors suffered. The Supreme Court admitted a petition. This is like the new battleground for corporate India. And corporates who are not prepared to address this, Hindenburg has given ideas to a lot of short sellers. They know that they can insinuate, they can create rumors, and those rumors can have a impact on a stock price that is actually beneficial for them. Is it fair for a short seller to basically bring down the reputation of a company for market gains? Not only corporate India, but regulators, both the markets, NSE and BSE, they all have to be ready. Even the Ministry of Finance has to be ready for this information-led weaponization that we are going to see more and more in the future.